We'll call this meeting to order. This is a regular city council meeting for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas.
Here.
Councilman Carter.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Here.
Mayor Gillis.
Here.
Councilwoman Harris. Here. Councilwoman Melton.
Here.
One present.
Can I have a moment of silent prayer? Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do apologize. Councilman Scarbeck is not here this evening.
Make a motion to excuse Councilman Arbach for vacation.
Support.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Can I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have an agenda. We have no presentations. So next up is public comment. Anybody who'd like to speak, you have 5 minutes to speak.
Good evening, Eileen Tesh, 145 Channel Side. I'm here tonight to talk about the public notice regarding Harson's Island algae plant discharge permit. I was at the Clay Township Board meeting yesterday. It appears now that this public notice was placed on the Clay Township website on November 4th. Unknown to most of the public, the permit was not approved. Back in October 2024, the prior supervisor, Artie Bryson, indicated the Harson's Island algae treatment plant is making significant progress as the discharge permit has been secured from Eagle and site preparations are set to begin. Phase 1 of this project is fully funded by a $2 million state MEDC grant. This plant will not only boost the economy of Harson's Island, but enhance the water quality. And that was the same comments that he made in November 2024. However, according to the public notice, it specifically states, the draft permit authorizes an increased loading of pollutants to the St. Clair River, which will lower the water quality with respect to certain parameters. So I have sent in my concerns. Again, it has been extended to December 4th. Particularly, the water quality. Nobody in a perfect world should be dumping anything into the St. Clair River or into our lakes. They have opened up a possibility of a public meeting, so I would ask this board to take some action to send in your concerns regarding the LJ plant permit, and that under these circumstances, there should be no more dumping into the St. Clair River or into the lake. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, city manager's report, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Just an update on the pool today. Construction has been continuing because of the agreeable weather that we have had. They did have some problems connecting to the sanitary sewer, and they had to change the location of their sanitary sewer tap. There was also some issues with the existing bathhouse. Some of the piers that were holding up the deck did not have the proper foundations, and so we're going to have to replace those foundations. So we will be seeing a couple of change orders for that in the near future. Otherwise, though, things are going well. We have regular meetings with the contractor, and we are still on track. I do not know the date that will open, Councilman Members, but we are still moving forward, so things are good.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mrs. Gerstenberg that don't involve the opening of the pool date?
Will they open?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I have a question about the dirt bike track. and when that's gonna go, or what the status is. A few people have asked me, and so I'm asking you.
Mrs. Gersberg?
Thank you for that question, Mayor Pro Tem Davey. I apologize, the DPW has been very busy. They were supposed to start removing that November 15th. They have been busy with the leaf vac, and they have been very busy getting up the last of the Christmas decorations because we have our Christmas in the Knack this coming Saturday, but they will be getting on that promptly now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't, that used to be the responsibility of whoever was putting on the bump and run? I thought, or no?
Mrs. Gersberg?
Are they gonna help you out with the DPW with that?
Mayor Pro Tem Davey, that was an arrangement that was made with the city and the people who put on the bump and run and with Cordis, that at this point, the city would be removing the rest of the dirt and the concrete blocks. Cordis was helping with that. We usually store them at our DPW yard.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This would be similar to the same services we provide for other special events at different levels. Mrs. Gersberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Yes, the city cooperates and works closely with our 501c3s and our other event partners. We all want to see that they have successful events, and so we do what we can to assist them.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Under new business, we have item 11A, to adopt an amendment to Chapter 20 Fireworks Prevention and Protection, Article 4 Fireworks to add Section 60, remittance of fine to enforcing agencies. Per the city attorney, it was brought to his attention that the city's current ordinance does not include statutory required language that requires the district court to reimburse the first $500 of the $1,000 fine imposed to the issuing agency. In the city's case, the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, should any ticket be written. Without the inclusion of this language, the court would keep the entirety of the fine. The introduction of the amendment was approved at the city council meeting of November 19th, 2024. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt an amendment to Chapter 20, Fire Prevention and Protection, Article 4, Fireworks, to add Section 60, remittance of fine to the enforcing agency.
I'll support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. Why are we only asking for half and not the full amount of the fines?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Councilman Bembas, I believe that is the requirement, that we are only allowed to capture half.
The other question is, have we issued any tickets recently, like within the past 5 years regarding this issue?
Not that I know of.
So, okay, good enough.
I think it was more of a housekeeping issue on the part of our city attorney.
Thank you. Anyone else? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Melvin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Item 11B is to rescind motion language regarding inflow and infiltration inspection ordinance. On March 15th, 2022, City Council adopted an amendment to Chapter 44, adding an inflow and infiltration inspection to reduce excess clear water flowing into the sanitary sewer system and to the wastewater treatment plant. The ordinance was adopted and approved by City Council with the condition that it not be enforced as written with respect to single-family homestead homes, i.e. the ordinance was only to be enforced for rental homes. The motion approved at the March 1st, 2022 meeting was as followed. Motion by Scarbeck, supported by Bembas, to introduce an amendment to Chapter 44 Utilities, Article 3 Sewers by adding Division 4 Inflow and Infiltration Inspection Ordinance, excluding point of sale of single-family homestead homes. Now, 2 years later, the program is successful in identifying and fixing sanitary sewer leaks, roof and foundation drains, and some pumps that are sending excess clear water to the wastewater treatment plant. It is suggested at this time to expand enforcement of the ordinance and as written and strike the conditional limiting language approved in 2022 and approve the point of sale inspections as noted. Point of sale, inspection required prior to sale of any apartment, business, condo, or townhome. Insured contractor would televise the sanitary sewer leak to identify leaks, inspect the roof and foundation drains, inspect the sump pump system, and provide findings to the city. Certificate of compliance issued certificate of completion issued upon compliance, good for 10 years. Property could be sold as is if the buyer commits to making repairs. Algonac, Wake, Clay, and Ira Township are all working to reduce excess clear water flowing to the wastewater treatment plant. Any excess flow beyond the normal 2.7 million gallon capacity of the plant, it causes excess wear and tear on the plant and makes it challenging for the plant to operate effectively. Algonac, Clay Township, and Ira Township each have a capacity rights to the wastewater treatment plant. Algonac 30%, Clay 35%, and Ira Township 35%. Any community that exceeds the capacity will likely pay a penalty or be forced to lease capacity from another community soon. Rescinding the council language from the previous motion requires a 2/3 vote of the total number of council members. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to rescind the conditional language of excluding point of sale of single-family homesteaded homes from the motion as approved March 1st, 2022, and enforce inflow and infiltration inspection ordinance as written.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Mr. Mayor, yes, now, before, this, it was just for rental homes? It was, I guess to be clearer, is how often, is that just part of a regular inspection? When they go out and inspect rental homes, how does that work?
We've
Does it work?
required that all rental homes within the last 2 years, upon their completion of inspections, they get a 10-year certificate of compliance.
Okay.
Chief Doan provided the tenants with a letter that would say, you know, you need it, and then he also provided a list of contractors that provide the service.
Okay,
So it's, and then each contractor signs off that says, this home lateral has no leaks.
okay,
So that way we know there's no excess water seeping into our wastewater treatment plant.
and so now this is going to be point of sale, when they sell a home,
Yes.
that this has to be.
So it's basically, you know, anytime there's a transaction.
Right.
You know, I find it like something we could, I look at it as something we could kind of control. There's, you know, like, that's a way, we're not going after a grandma who's living in a house and saying, you need to fix your lateral. This house is selling, the new owners are gonna find out that they have a good lateral.
Exactly,
So
that's
it's
what
a
I'm
win,
gonna
it's a
say.
winner it's a win to me for the people.
For everyone involved, because you're not gonna have to, you know, and that's something, you know, who's gonna pay for it is something that they have to deal with between the agent and the homeowner. So, you know, just to make, because that's the only way, short of rental inspections, that we can make sure that there isn't any issue of infiltration from a home.
Are we correct on this, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Absolutely, Mayor Gillis, I'd just like to add to that we have a very robust rental inspection program here that this city council has established in the past few years. And so not only do rentals get inspected with this procedure, but the building inspector goes out, the code enforcement goes out, they look at, you know, whether or not they have smoke detectors. So because we wanna make sure that all of our rental homes are maintained to a very high standard and our property values are kept up, right? So the addition of the inspection of the sanitary sewer lateral was added 2 years ago.
Got it.
And, I don't know if your chief don't know, an approximate number of how many compliances we have now that we know aren't being, certificate of completions on the rental homes and commercial, do we have a estimated number?
So I would say about 25% of our homes are rentals, and so about 25% of our homes have been inspected.
That's a pretty good
And how
number.
are the numbers on those? Are there a lot where there's issues with laterals?
There is not,
Just curious.
there is not an overwhelming number.
Okay,
We did, when we first started, like, we found a few apartment buildings that were a big problem, and they had to make some plumbing adjustments.
right,
We've found most of the homeowners that when they find the problems, they're actually happy about it, because if they wait, they're gonna have backups, right?
Right.
There could be a big problem, there could be a break, there could be a separation, so.
Right. Okay, cool.
And the cost of that inspection is about $200.
Oh, okay.
Just for the record, I had that done at my house, and the inspection was $200, and we ended up replacing the pipes from the house to the street. It was about $4,000 total.
Mhm.
But when you look at, selling a house, $4,000 spread over 30 years, added to a mortgage is not
Yeah, and that's, you know,
insurmountable.
and it's a better thing to have the, you know, homeowner and the potential buyer
Buyer.
and the real estate agent sit down and work all that out.
And we were just talking about clean water, if that's what we need to do to keep our, water clean and our water plant,
Within capacity.
yes, within capacity, it's necessary, it's necessary.
Well, you know, I often see criticisms that we've done nothing
Well,
to
we've done
improve.
a lot, but
We have
yeah.
done a
Yes, we
lot.
have done a
This is
lot.
just another one of those tools that the city council that has put forth to try to combat any excess infiltration. So this and our next agenda.
I was just gonna say, which is a segue
So,
I
into
do
the next
have a
agenda.
question. About how many houses are sold a year in Algonac, give or take?
I believe there's between 75 and 85 homes at least a year turnover.
Really?
Okay.
That many?
Cause we send out welcome packets.
Oh.
So that's how we have an idea.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Melvin,
Yes.
and Councilman Bendis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is item 11C, is to approve 2024 sewer rehabilitation program pay application number 3 for $40,598.25. On November 7th, 2023, City Council awarded the sewer rehabilitation program to Inliner, now Purist, in the amount of $168,820.50. The contractor did an excellent job and was willing to take on the same pricing for 2024. On August 6, 2024, the City Council awarded the 2024 sewer rehabilitation program is recommended to Inliner Solutions LLC, now Purist, in a bid amount of $128,526.36. The project consists of cured-in-place pipelining and grouting and various sanitary sewer pipes throughout the city. The priorities for the project were determined after the evaluation of the city's sanitary sewers that were inspected and addressed as part of the recent SAW grant. These projects will help reduce the flow of water going to the wastewater treatment plant. We have pay application number 3 for work completed from October 31st, 2024 through November 21st, 2024 for city council review and approval. Can I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve 2024 sewer rehabilitation program pay estimate number 3 for work completed through October 31st, 2024 through November 21st, 2024 to Inliner Solutions, now Purist, whose address is 28529 Goddard Road, Romulus, in the amount of $40,598.25.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Mr. Mayor, if I could, do we have any idea where we are at regarding the serious issues that were, listed in the SAW grant that needed to be taken care of? Are we at a point where, I guess it's hard to say at a point, where are we percentage-wise on hitting the areas that were identified in the SAW grant?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Mayor Pro Tem Davey, I can't say how far we are, but we are consistently making progress. You have been awarding programs every year, and we will continue to plan for those in our capital projects. We have a couple more projects that we're going to be going out for bid this year, but this is going to be a long-term problem that we are going to continue to find a solution for.
But we've hit a bunch of
We have.
the serious areas that were identified in the SAW grant.
Sure, absolutely. We actually, the first, when we did the first lining program last year, we didn't hit we didn't find that many significant problems. This year, we found 4 or 5 significant problems. So I'm actually excited about that, cause that means we're making significant progress. We're
Right.
actually finding some of the bad areas.
And a lot of
So-
those were kinda hard to find during the SAW grant.
Yes, and they were made more difficult because our SAW grant was under when it was high water.
Yes.
So there was areas that they were unable to televise because of that.
Right.
So, yeah, this particular program right now, we've already identified a couple and we're in the process of fixing those.
And those were identified on our own, not by the guys that were doing the SAW grant because the water was high, right? These are something that were outside of the SAW grant that we found that they weren't able to see with the cameras?
Some
or
of them,
Some of
yes.
them,
Mhm.
okay, cool.
Anyone else? Again, this is just another one of those programs that we keep moving forward with to improve the wastewater treatment plant capacity issue.
It's time consuming and it's
It
not
is.
gonna be done quick, but we're getting there.
I'm not kicking the can down the
But,
road
no.
anymore either.
Thank you, that's a good one.
Nope. And I'd like to thank the administration for all the work that they've done to keep us moving forward.
And keeping us informed, thank you.
Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes,
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
motion carried.
Next up is item 11D, to approve a service renewal for River Park Solar Lights in the amount of $2,901.60. On February 6, 2018, City Council awarded the contract for installation of 20 solar lights in Riverfront Park. In July 2018, the initial 3-year contract was activated, which included communication costs for the system, monitoring and management software, as well as continuous support and service from Clear Blue Technologies. In October 21st, 2021, the contract was again renewed. Per the attached quote, renewal for the next 3 years is as follows. $2,901 equals 3 years, $48.36 per light per year. Can I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve a 3-year service renewal to Riverfront Park Solar Lights from Clear Blue Technologies, whose address is 30 Les Mill Road, Unit 7, Toronto, Ontario, in the amount of $2,901.60.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
60,
Councilwoman
all in good
Meldrum?
status.
Councilwoman Meldrum, Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
yes,
motion carried.
Now we're on to item 11E, which is to adopt resolution 2024-14 to adopt the annual exemption option as set forth in 2011 Public Act 152, the Publicly Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act. For a medical benefit plan year coverage, for a medical oh my gosh, I apologize, folks. For a medical benefit plan coverage year beginning on or after January 1st, 2012, MCL 15.563 is last amended by 2018 PA 477, sets a limit on the amount that a public employer may contribute to a medical benefit plan. The 2011 Public Act 152 contains 3 options for complying with the requirements of the Act. Option 1, Section 3 hard caps option, limits a public employer total annual health care cost per employee based on coverage as defined in the Act. Number 2, Section 48020 option, limits employer's share of a total annual health care cost not to more than 80%. This option requires an annual majority vote of the governing body. Number 3, Section 8 exemption option allows a local unit of government as defined in the Act. It may exempt itself from the requirements of the Act by an annual 2/3 vote of the governing body. The annual exemption adoption for the medical benefit plan year is January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. City administration suggests adopting option 3, section 8 exemption to comply with this act. By doing so, this will save the city $11,368.56 annually. Electing this option requires a 2/3 vote of the total number of council members. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion, go ahead, Wendy.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2414 to adopt the annual exemption option as set forth in 2011 Public Act 152, the Publicly Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act, which elects to adopt option number 3, Section 8 exemption for January 1, 2025 through December 31st, 2025.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
What have we done before?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Mayor Pro Tem Davey, we, in the past few years, we have done number 1,
Okay,
the hard cap option.
the hard cap. And the difference would be the amount of money saved annually, is why we're going with option 3 instead of option 1.
Yes.
Is this gonna be, a problem for the employees covered?
It shouldn't be. We are, we're keeping our same healthcare plan.
Okay, just curious.
And the cost is $11,000 cheaper for the city? Is it, I think that's what I'm reading?
This year, yes.
Yes, okay, it's just,
We are required to evaluate every single year what we're doing and to crunch all our numbers based, you look at all of your employees, you look at the ages of your employees, are they individuals, are they families? You look at whether or not you have, a flexible saving account, whether you don't. And when you crunch all of those numbers, the treasurer makes a recommendation as to what's best for, the city. And this year, the treasurer is recommending number 3.
Is this something that has to go before a union, or is this,
No, this is required by council.
okay, got
Council
it,
approval is required.
got it.
and the employees are keeping their current insurance, so that wouldn't affect.
Yes, we have HAP right now, we're keeping HAP.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes,
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to accounts payable.
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $505,304.14.
I'll support.
Comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
yes,
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Items for next agenda, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. We will have a pay application number 2 for the pool contractor. We have been requested to provide a letter of support for a company that is seeking grant funds to improve internet access within St. Clair County. We will have a lease agreement between us and IRA with regards to the wastewater treatment plant, the MDOT annual permit resolution, and a contract with our IT contractor.
That's all on one agenda?
Yes.
That seems like a lot. I'm just kidding.
really?
Council comments? Councilman Bembas?
Hey, everybody. First, I want to remind everybody about our closed bank that's open every Monday from 10 to 2 at First Lutheran Church. Stop on in, or you can always text me or message me if you have a need and need to stop in earlier. A lot of nice clothes there. Make some nice Christmas presents if needed. I know the food bank at the Methodist Church could use some donations at this time, being the holiday season. Things are a little scarce for some people, so if you find it in your heart, please stop by there. They're open every Friday from 10 to 2 at the Methodist Church. Special thank you to Kathy Harris and the Art Fair for donating money to First Lutheran Church for their community dinners. We have it every third Wednesday of the month. In December, I believe that's December 18th, we're having a ham dinner for everybody. And for Thanksgiving, I know we had about 100 people, or served about 100 dinners, so feel free to stop in. And of course, with every charitable organization, if anybody finds it in their heart to donate to that, whether it be a cash donation, or just even donating a ham would be kinda nice, so. Hope to see everybody at the dinner, and if need be, hope to see you at the food bank or clothes bank. Thank you.
Councilman Carter?
Greetings, everyone. The weather's getting colder, so let's watch out for neighbors we may not see and make sure we check on them. This Saturday night is Christmas in the Knack and the Living Nativity and all kinds of fun events, so be sure to bring your family out, cause it's gonna be a great Christmas event. That's all.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
I say this every year around this time, this is one of the absolute most painful time of year for a lot of people. It doesn't take a lot to let someone know that, you know what, sit down, let's go get a cup of coffee. How are you feeling? How are you doing? You know, if you need, you know, we'll go out and go get a coffee, we'll go do something just to help you out. The amount of people who are hurting and can't find it within themselves to reach out, there's a lot of people. And this, like I said, this is the most painful time of year for far too many people. If you see someone who is struggling really bad, there are services available. There are services available through churches. There are services available through community mental health. If anyone needs to know about any of the services provided by community mental health, please reach out to me and I will do everything in my power to help you find the services that you need. Like I said, this is a tragic time of year for too many people. Christmas in the Knack. Last year was the first time I went. It was fun, it was cool. And we'll be dragging the boy along to help you people out too. Garbage cans, all that kind of fun stuff. So the boy will be your servant, he just doesn't know it yet.
Okay.
And I think that's it. Okay, that's all.
That's it?
Yep.
Going once, going twice? Councilwoman Harris?
Thank everybody for coming.
Wow.
There's a lot coming up. This Saturday, as Councilman Carter said, is the tree lighting. On the 8th is the bowl-a-thon at, Colony Bowl, which benefits our Downriver Goodfellows. On the 10th, there's 2 Christmas parties. One's at the Historical Society, the other one's at VFW Hall for Valor. There is a cookie walk at the Methodist Church on the 15th, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's
Starts at 10, and that's it. Thanks everybody for coming.
Are they sold out for the bowling with the Goodfellows? Are they sold out?
I don't know.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
Councilwoman Melton?
I just wanna say that the city looks great. The cards up front look good, the lights look good. I would imagine our DPW put all that up for us. Yeah, they did a fantastic job, looks good. Thank you.
This Saturday, like everybody keeps saying, we have the Christmas in the Knack, we also have the Goodfellows paper sale, which raises a lot of money for
That's right.
the Goodfellows, so that we make sure no child, goes without a Christmas in our community.
That's this weekend?
Saturday is the Goodfellows paper sale. Do we still need help selling papers, chief?
Sure,
All right, what time does everybody gotta meet to sell papers?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. here? All right,
Oh,
What date is that on again?
Saturday.
This Saturday.
you got a body.
I was gonna bring up the bowl-a-thon, but Christmas Card Lane looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'd like to thank Kathy Doan and her team. I also would like to thank, Councilwoman Harris, because she let me paint one little spot, cause I'm not allowed to touch the Christmas cards. Because city
Wow.
manager Gerstenberg swore me off the cards last year. She says, I've seen your handwriting, no. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty, but it does look absolutely beautiful. The live nativity this weekend's gonna be wonderful. The petting zoo with the animals, that's all still on, right, Councilman Carter?
Yes.
Is there like camel or something?
And
Yeah,
we have a
I
stage,
saw that.
we have a stage coming this year too, I believe.
Really?
Brandon Pavloff is gonna be playing Christmas carols up on the stage. And, Mary Gillis is gonna be doing kids karaoke on Brandon Pavloff's break.
Hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate, hot dogs, reindeer food for all the kids. Christie's Craft Room is bringing a craft
Really?
for all the kids.
Oh,
Am I missing anything?
There'll be burn barrels.
Burn barrels?
that was what Nikolai did last year.
Yeah, and then I think we got more burn barrels donated by Colony Insulation this year.
Oh.
So I think it's gonna be like an old time family Hallmark Christmas. It's called Christmas in the Neck. We can make our own Hallmark movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not touching that, sorry.
All right.
I just have a question about that. Is the roads closed during that time as well?
Yes.
Yes.
They are.
Yeah, I'm trying to have completely shut down for the safety of all participants. So, City Hall,
We're doing the tree lighting on the tree.
Mrs. Stoneburner,
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to remind everybody, the kids bring their letters to Santa.
oh yes.
Oh,
The Historical Society sponsors the letter drive for Santa. The Historical Society, because they know all about the history, so they're in good with Santa. So
that's cool.
they get Santa to respond to all the letters.
Cool.
So please bring your letters for Santa. Also, we have been asked if we're collecting toys or, if we're taking, we will always take toys for Goodfellas, and we will always take the canned contributions for our food pantries, and we will, and I'm sure I can bring clothes to Councilman Betts.
Absolutely.
And we will always take whatever anybody wants to bring. If you get it to us, one of us will
Find a
find a good
place
home
for
for
it,
it.
yes.
So that's the beautiful part about Algonac, is we will all work together to make sure it gets in the right hands. With that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn at 6:37.
Support?
Comments, questions, concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
All right.